Electoral Bill. We pity your ignorance. Presidency reacts to CSOs' protest threats. Do welcome to the news. The news details. The presidency on Monday said the civil society organizations planning to embark on a protest on Tuesday over President Muhammadu Buhari's delay in assenting to the reworked Electoral Act Amendment Bill are ignorant of provisions of Nigeria's 1999 Constitution. The State House stated this in response to plans by about 26 civil society groups to stage a protest in the Federal Capital Territory with a view to forcing the president to assent to the bill. Some interest groups are cashing in on what they consider a delay in the signing of the electoral bill into law by the president to foment civil disorder and muddy the waters. It is on record that the amended bill was sent to the presidency on January 31, 2022, which means that the executive could do due diligence on it till March 1, as prescribed by the Constitution. The presidency said in a statement shared on its Twitter account on Monday. According to the State House, a proposed legislation, such as the Electoral Act Amendment Bill, that has to do with the electoral fortunes of the country, needs to be thoroughly scrutinized and be made as near perfect as possible. It further urged the CSOs to stop playing sheep politics while assuring that Buhari will do the needful within the lawful time. The National Assembly had first transmitted the Electoral Act Amendment Bill to Buhari on November 19, 2021, but the president withdrew assent to it over a provision compelling political parties to use direct primaries for the selection of candidates for election. According to Buhari, the provision would lead to a significant spike in the cost of conducting primary elections by parties, as well as the increase in the cost of monitoring such elections by INEC. The National Assembly had reworked the bill and subsequently transmitted it to the president without the compulsory direct primary clause. About the electoral bill amendments, the President Muhammadu Buhari, has refused to sign the electoral bill just because of some corrections the National Assembly included in the electoral bill, thinking that the electoral bill might not favor them come 2023, the APC people, and he knows what he is doing. He does not want the APC to lose in the 2023 election, so he is trying to delay it. President Muhammadu Buhari has been delaying this electoral bill just to sign it since 2019, and now we are in 2022, and when the preparation of the election commences, when it commences, the president will not have the time to sign this electoral bill, and the people, the National Assembly, does not want this to happen. The politicians does not want this to happen. They want him to sign it now, that it will not affect anybody come 2023 election. Buhari has requested National Assembly to pass Witness Protection Bill. President Muhammadu Buhari has requested the National Assembly to pass Proceeds of Crime Bill, Whistleblower Bill and Witness Protection Bill. In a letter to the Senate on Wednesday, Buhari informed the upper chamber that the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria participated in the ninth session of the state parties to the United Nations Convention Against Corruption held from 13 to 17 December 2021 at the International Conference Center, Egypt. It disclosed that at the session, the international community expressed appreciation for Nigeria's efforts in fighting corruption, reaffirming Nigeria's rating as leader in Africa in the areas of developing structures for recovering, repatriation, and disposal of proceeds of crime. In the light of this, and the need to continue to increase Nigeria's profile in the international community, I hereby request that the National kindly pass the best version of the following bills: A. Proceeds of Crime Bill, B. Whistleblower Bill, and C. Witness Protection Bill. He expects the Zenith expeditious passage of the bill. Meanwhile, let us look at President Muhammadu Buhari and the Electoral Bill. The controversy surrounding the withholding of assent to the Electoral Act Amendment Bill by President Muhammadu Buhari may have to some extent succeeded by now after the President's failure to assent to the bill as at December 19, 2021, deadline provided by Nigeria's Constitution. The bill was presented to President on November 19, 2021, after being passed by both houses of the National Assembly. The Constitution gives Mr. President 30 days within which to assent to not only the Electoral Act Bill, but any other bill passed by the National Assembly into law. A bill can, however, become law even when the President withdraws its assent, but when overridden or passed by each chamber of the National Assembly by two-thirds majority. Thus, the bill shall become law, and no assent of the President is therefore required constitutionally. So, with the presentation of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill, which sought to provide for direct primary for the nation's registered political parties that could give credible, real, not imaginary candidates, unlike indirect primary, where undesirable candidates could simply be picked through consensus or proxy to fill our legislative seats, not to be rubber stamped to the executives or self-aggrandized. This will help the Nigerians to be sure that the person they voted for is the person that won in the primaries, not making use of any cutting through corners to get through any place. So the president should sign the Electoral Bill amendment so that everything can work out in place come 2023 primary election. We have come to the end of the news. Thank you.